If you are an agent, a manager, a casting director, talent roster, production house, or any other entity that works with voice talent, I would love for you to meet our guest today on the Undisputed Talent to Watch podcast. Hi, I'm your host, Crystal Lee, model, actor, belly dancer, and military veteran. I always rep my Air Force.
Okay.
It's my branch. And today I have the honor of introducing our wonderful guest, John McBride. John McBride.
I feel like I should have a cap on, tip it to the crowd.
Welcome to the show, John. So, John, tell me about your time in the VO industry. Anything you want to talk about? I'm excited to hear it, to listen.
Well, I'll tell you about the genesis of me entering the VO industry, and that goes back to 2008. I was working with Philadelphia Parks and Recreation, where I enjoyed a 40-year career. But at that time, I started feeling some, we'll call them bumps in the road. And I started trying to think, well, what can I do outside of recreation? And a lot of people have told me that my voice uh, brings them joy, whether it's been being funny in a group setting or doing some small public address announcing at a playground, perhaps, or one event I've been lucky enough to do for 35 years, the Broad Street Run. So I decided that it was time to investigate voiceover work. I found a wonderful coach. His name was Chuck McKibben, and he was a producer for Mel Blanc back in the day, as well as being a voiceover artist himself.
Mhm.
And I learned an awful lot from him. And while I can't say it translated into a lot of jobs in the recording side,
Mhm.
it opened up a lot of doors on the live event side. So I've gone from doing maybe 5 to 10 events a year
Mhm.
to doing close to 150 events a year.
Wow.
And a big part of that, I have to give Chuck a lot of credit. He built that confidence in me.
Mhm.
One of the things that I've worked on uh, is trying to get the Philadelphia out of my mouth. It seems to be a common affliction for us from the city of brotherly love.
Mm.
And everyone knows the word water is not wooder, but it comes out in different words like song instead of song,
Mhm.
wrong instead of wrong, et
Mhm.
cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's something I've worked on that I've been having peaks and valleys with.
Mhm.
But you know what? Sometimes you just got to hug yourself and say, this is who I am. I am a Philadelphian.
Mhm.
Philadelphia has made me who I am. And if it comes out every once in a while, that's okay. The
Mhm.
jobs that I'm meant for will come my way anyway.
100% agree. Authenticity is the highest frequency, higher than love. So, you know, I'm so happy to hear you embracing that about
We
yourself.
you have to be. I mean,
Mhm.
not bragging, but no one can better be a better me than me.
Yeah.
And no one can be a better Crystal Lee than Crystal Lee.
Oh, thank you, John.
It's the truth.
Well, going into let's segue into that. Uh, how so I've worked with Corey, probably not as long as you have, but but for quite a few years, and he helped me, kind of find that part of myself, that authentic part, and like put it out there in the world. How has he helped you since you've been working with him, or
Well,
like when you
I've been
started
working
working?
with Corey since 2019, maybe 2020.
Okay.
Uh, I was actually introduced to him through a mutual friend. Corey's roots are in the Philadelphia area.
Mm-hmm.
And someone that worked for me at one of my recreation sites
Mm-hmm.
is very tight, grew up, and is best friends with his wife. So I connected on Facebook. Her name is Barbara Kilmartin. Through Barbara introducing me to Corey and saying, you two guys need to work together.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how I connected with him. I first started following him. At the time, he was doing these small pocket podcasts that were no more than 15 minutes long,
Mm-hmm.
but they really had an impact. And it was something that I could listen to in the gym, out when I was walking, getting some cardio in.
Mm-hmm.
And, then I started, following him closely. And then I signed up, to be part of the Go Get It Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And he has certainly helped me go get it. And one of the big things is consistent application of getting your message out there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. You don't need 100 people to react to your post or your message.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get 3 people to react and behind it, you see 250 people have viewed it, well, you're getting your message out there. They're seeing who you are and what you're about.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do it all the time, you become front of mind. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me to announce a game, an event, a race. And the first thing they say is, my God, we see you all over social media. You don't sit still.
Mm-hmm.
And the message is that I'm keeping busy. And no one asks an idle person to do a job for them. They always ask a busy person because a busy person brings proof of concept.
Yeah.
That might be the biggest thing that I've gotten from Corey, the consistent application of purpose.
Mm-hmm. I love that. It's so true.
I try to do it every day.
uh,
That and the power of the pen.
yeah.
I know that's a big thing that he uh, pontificates on, and he's right. When you write things down, you remember it better. It's better than typing it in to
Mm-hmm.
a memo pad on your phone. It's better than recording a message to yourself. Writing it down is a more solid way to commit to something.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I do besides using notepads to write things down is I work with 2 whiteboards
Mm.
for my schedules to keep me on track, not only on what I'm doing this week, but what's coming up behind it, along with keeping a notebook, along with keeping a binder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more old school analog, but I find it's more real, it has more grit, more texture.
Yeah. Same, just actually writing things down, even on a calendar, a paper calendar, you're less likely to forget, more likely to remember, um, what those appointments are or whatever it is that you're writing on there. So that, and I always feel like, if something were to ever happen, it's always nice to have, that physical like
Yes.
modality or whatever for yourself. Um,
One of the
it's
things that I've noted when it comes to race announcing. I know a lot of announcers will use a tablet or an iPad to keep their notes, and that works for them. That's great. I still like using a binder. And, for the most part, it is six of one, half dozen of another.
mm-hmm.
But if some reason that iPad breaks or isn't powered up enough and you can't find a place to plug it in,
Mm-hmm.
or there's a change, it's not as good as having pen and paper and
Mm-hmm.
having that old analog binder. The start line could change. There could be important safety notes you need to share.
Mm-hmm.
Writing it down right away has it there right in front of you. You can do it in seconds. Whereas with a tablet, you may have to swipe, you may have to type, uh, your thumbs might hit the wrong key, you got to go back. But if
Mm-hmm.
you write it down, you're your own pharmacist. You can read your own prescription,
Yep.
and you have it there rock solid. So it may sound old school, but old school isn't a bad school.
Mm-mm. It's coming back too in this newer generation. So
Absolutely, they're seeing the value in it.
yeah. Yeah, I love that there are more, even like bookstores opening up, because so many of them just want, the actual, book in hand,
Yeah,
Ugh. So it's making a comeback. Oh,
they always do. You see it with vinyl records now.
oh yeah.
For the first time in years, their sales have exceeded CDs, and they're approaching the level of downloads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just another example of analog logging right back in.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Well, it is the time in our show for you, John, to go on display. Are you,
Ta-da!
are you ready? Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Okay. So I will be quiet. You go ahead and start whenever you're ready.
Okay, should I set this up?
Yeah, sure. However you want to
Okay.
do it.
I've been lucky enough to be in a couple of independent animated films, stop motion animation from a wonderful filmmaker named Katya Plate.
Mhm.
I have voiced a character called Hitch, whose voice is like Alfred Hitchcock. That's something I'm blessed with, and I'm able to do quite a few imitations.
Mhm.
And I have been, like I said, in two of her animated short independent films. And knocking wood, she has a feature coming up soon, and I'm hopeful of being in that. So the character is Hitch. It's voiced like Alfred Hitchcock.
Mhm.
I've got my script in front of me. This is from the third in her trilogy, a film called Las Nogas,
Mhm.
and this is my scene. Thank you, homies, for giving your blood to help make rain. It will be a glorious day for Mother Earth. She'll recover from the desiccation of rainless centuries caused by the greedy humans. Oh, to feel the inexplicable bliss and energy of our very first rain ever.
Yay. I love the facial expressions too.
Thank you.
Which
Well, you got to be the character. You got to dive into it.
the other thing too, I was thinking, how some of these stop motion, or even like video games, how they'll do the face, the face capture. That would be amazing for her to take the video of this interview and put it, use some of those facial expressions.
Well, I'll tell you what, she does a phenomenal job with her little puppets. And the character Hitch is a bird. It's
Oh.
called a volkeet,
Mhm.
a combination of vulture and parakeet. The films that she makes are uh, about ecology, and the most recent one, Las Nogas, had a very heavy message about how we are losing something as bees are becoming a little bit more scarce.
Mhm.
And we really have to pay attention to that. No bees, no pollination, no pollination. Diversity of plant species starts to fade out.
Mhm.
Uh, we have less oxygen. So it's a whole chain reaction. And her message is let's protect planet Earth.
Mhm.
And I hope that scene conveyed that.
Oh, it absolutely did. Thank you so much for sharing that. And please tell the audience how they can reach you, how they can find you.
Okay, well, they can visit my website, www.jmcbpavo.com. Once again, that's www.jmcbpavo.com. Or they can find me on social media on Facebook, on Instagram
Mhm.
at JMCBPAVO, and on LinkedIn. Facebook and LinkedIn, I'm under my regular name, John McBride.
Awesome. Well, John, thank you so much for spending time with us and for sharing your VO journey and your talent. Um, Before we go, can I get a fist bump?
Oh, absolutely. Boom.
Boom. Thank you so much for your time and for being on this episode of the Undisputed Talent to Watch podcast. and we'll see you next time.